Lovely evening, welcome. This is Sports Zone live on Joy Prime. My name is Fentio Tahiru Fentio. Welcome to the show, which is partly sponsored by Hunters, Johnny Walker, as well as Syntex Tank. Over the next 90 minutes, we play back the best bits from the world of sport, beginning with Dreams FC, who have made history by becoming the first Ghanian club to reach the semi-finals of the CAF Confederation Cup, ever since the competition took its new format back in 2017. Along with it, a hefty amount of money. But it could come with troubles as well. So some blessings are curses as well. So a blessing as well as a curse. A curse because possibly Dreams FC might not get the chance to play that game against Zamalek, their semi-final match, and possibly even if they qualify for the final, they might not get to play that match in Ghana because of certain situations. We'll tell you exactly what those conditions are and why Dreams FC risk not being able to host their semi-final matches here in Ghana. We'll also take you to the Ghana Premier League, where there's back-to-back defeats for Hearts of Oak. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with them. We'll take you to England, where it's advantage Arsenal after Liverpool were shocked by Manchester United, and Man City are breathing down the neck of the title leaders. The troubles of Chelsea, of course, continuing, Man United finding reprieve. And in Germany, well, I tell you what, Bayern Munich's troubles continued, but that is good for Bayer Leverkusen because now they're just one win away from being Bundesliga champions. We'll play that back for you as well. And in Spain, Inaki Williams and Nico Williams are Copa del Rey champions. After the amazing victory on Saturday, we'll play back highlights of that particular game for you here on the show. Now, also in F1, routine, huh? Back to winning ways for Red Bull, who made it 1-2 in Suzuka in the Japanese Grand Prix. All of that to come here over the next 90 minutes. So we've got a lot of time. We've got plenty of highlights to show you. Remember, the show is live and interactive, so you can send us a message, your thoughts on how the title race is currently shaping up. Every week, it's constantly oscillating. There is no single leader. One weekend, you're on top. The next weekend, you could be third. Just ask Liverpool. And that's exactly how that Premier League title is going. Whose way is it going to go next weekend? Let us hear from you. Send us a message, 0240 910 330. 0240 910 330. Also leave us a message on Twitter. Use the hashtag SportsZone. I read lots of tweets for you tonight. Last week, I couldn't do that. I will do that tonight, I promise you. And also, for those of you who have been leaving comments on my Facebook page, I'll read some of those comments for you. I promise you, I will be giving you shouts from wherever you're watching. Leave me a message. I'll put up a post there asking you people where you're watching from. So let us know, and I'll give all of you shouts, okay? Welcome to the show. Proudly brought to you by Syntex Tank, also by Johnny Walker, as well as by Hunters. I'll tell you a bit more about them when we come back from this break. This is Sports Zone, your best one-stop, most authoritative Monday night sports show in the country. It's not even a doubt, okay? And the guys that make that possible are here with me tonight. Sichofer, Philip Achrim, and Daniel Clancy. Guys, welcome to the show.
Hey.
I didn't get the memo, man. Your blue shirts and I'm wearing a white shirt.
But you didn't get a memo, man. You're wearing a tie.
I didn't get the memo. I didn't get a memo. Discrimination. I was discriminated against.
You're wearing a tie, man.
You had
flashy tie.
You look good.
You look very good.
Yeah, I can.
The shape is not as sharp as last week, right?
But, yeah.
So I should go back to my barber. I have to be doing it every week. Every week.
Every week.
Seriously, you know some people do it every day.
Yeah.
Michael Riches, and it's 300 pounds.
Every 2 days.
Yes.
And it's how much? 300 quid.
Yeah.
Per haircut
Big
every
mix.
2 days.
Yeah, big mix.
Brother.
Yeah, man. Man, I'm bored. Otherwise, I'd have been doing this every day, man.
You said your baldness, we have to speak about it.
Let's go.
The people said you should give up the backside of the hair.
But I've already, 2 years ago, I announced those.
That's not, don't deflect. DK, explain the matter.
Answering the question.
Explain the matter where?
2 years ago. Wait, you want me to do Sakura?
Yes.
No, that's
They said do that. Have you
you
seen Rick Ross?
Yeah, I've seen Rick.
Swag no day inside.
I've seen
What-
Rick. I've also seen...
Zidane in his pump left the thing.
Yeah, when Zizou was playing, you were loving Zizou. Where...
Left the head.
Ball doesn't mean Sakura.
As usual, this one was in the middle.
Bro,
the left,
forget.
the
Forget
left side
everybody.
inside.
Side inside. He left.
Yes. Ball doesn't mean Sakura. I don't know why people think you have to do Sakura. To
You know, you see Katie Hammer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
If I'm going to be bald, I like that kind of bald. I see,
why
so
did
they
I
just
have
give you
to
some.
do-
They just give you some. They give you some close up. Eh?
Give me,
The
I see.
director be bad.
No, give me, I see.
Hey, rather young.
Yeah.
You see
so,
that? You see that? You see that?
no.
Wait. Okay, what rice brand's advert was that? The one the mosquito came to pet.
Then the guy.
He buried the head.
What right was mosquito?
But mosquito, yes. no.
Repellent.
Yes, of course.
Oh, it will be the mosquito repellent.
Was he?
You can't laugh at that.
When they gave me the close up, that's the only thing that was the only thing that I was thinking about how to. I have to find it.
So good, I'm not still close to you, man.
My own do they go back small. You see, the thing is, you can fight, you can run, but you can't hide.
Oh, man.
You can't hide. It's going back small. By the time it reaches here, they do rasta. They
See, me,
look
I
like an
saw
animal.
my uncles. I've seen my father. I've seen my big brothers.
There's no point trying.
Genetics, bro. Genetics.
Charlie,
Genetics, man.
embrace it.
There's no point trying. Anyway,
Goodness.
welcome to the show, guys. Proudly brought to you by Syntex Tank, and like I keep telling you, whatever your water needs are, you need water storage. Make sure it's a Syntex tank, okay? You're tough, you're strong, all right? They have over 300 agents nationwide. Every time you think about water storage, whether you're doing a new project or you live in a house where you need a water tank, your go-to water tank brand is Syntex Tank, okay? They will not fail you. They have all kinds of colors for you. I have a blue color here to match the background of my show. You can get a white color, you can get a black, you can get any color you want. And the inner layer is white, okay? And you can have multiple layers in the interior as much as you want. You can customize the tank as much as you want. So just make sure that it is a Syntex tank, all right? The show is also brought to you by Hunters. And Hunters, of course, refreshing taste. And whenever the family gathers, it's a holiday coming, again, on Thursday. So make sure that in that holiday, when you gather with the family, your drink of choice, of course, is Hunters. And if you want to take it a notch higher and take it to the big boy level, make sure you get yourself a bottle of Johnny Walker and enjoy. Johnny Walker and Hunters, of course, those two have to be a part of your daily family routine, only for people over the age of 18, of course. Now, okay, without much ado, we're going to start showing you some highlights, beginning with Dreams FC, who made history when they drew 1-1 with Stade Malien to complete a 3-2 aggregate victory over the Malian side. And with that, along with that, a place in the semi-finals of the CAF Confederation Cup, the first Ghanaian club to do so since the inaugural edition back in 2004. Take a look.
Marking from Dreams, it would appear. It's found a man nonetheless, and it's going to break in the area, and there is the goal for Stade Malien that gives them hope. I said if Dreams sat back, they'd invite... Is it Euro Diaby again? In the right place at the right time from a free kick. He scored the opening goal of this tie. Yakubu. He's a defender. But one, again, with an eye for goal. Corner in. It's spilt. Is it going to break here for Dreams? Simba! Is it over the line? It is now! Well, they celebrate. Do they dare? Will it be ruled out? I don't think it will. Out. Will it be his goal? It was spilt by Traore. Simba, the brilliant first touch, hammering it home. Oh, to see from there.
Oh, that's a
Marking
fabulous
from Dreams, it would
equalizer.
appear.
So it ended 1-1. Dreams had won the first leg 2-1, and that means that they've now booked a place for themselves in the semi-finals. They come up against Zamalek. Let me show you the confirmation of the semi-final fixtures and the teams that are in the semi-finals of the CAF Confederation Cup this year, as well as that of the Champions League. So that's the final four. As you can see, Dreams FC They pick on Zamalek. Zamalek are the ones in the last slide. And then you also see in the middle there, RS Berkane also up against USM Alger of Algeria. RS Berkane are of Morocco. So you see three North African teams. The old one out there, of course, is Dreams FC, continuing to make the country proud. By the way, even before we talk about Dreams FC, the CAF Champions League is also in the final four, I believe. And that's that, as usual, the usual suspects. Up top, the Sundowns in their bright yellow and green. You can't miss that. Usual suspect to the right, Al Ali with their flying eagle. Bottom, Esperance, can't miss that as well. And then TP Mazembe. This is as familiar as the Champions League semi-final gets. Literally, you couldn't have picked a better final for in the UEFA, not UEFA, in the CAF Champions League without these four. It's so perfectly. We'll talk about that shortly. But guys, Dreams FC, how they got here, no one gave them a chance. Last week we spoke about the fact that they were on the verge of history. They've completed the history. But now they'll be thinking they have a real chance. Certainly doesn't come easy against Zamalek, but with what they have achieved, they would be the team for most people or most clubs to fear because they have absolutely nothing to lose.
Yeah. But they're into the stage of the competition where every team that is there knows that they are one step away from the final. If you like, in Africa, it's 4 games away from the trophy. But I'm still trying to process what these young guys have done. It's wild. Really, it's unthinkable what Dreams FC have gone on to achieve. I'm not sure many people appreciate how huge what they've done is. It's amazing. So credit to them. But they've come into the stage where, it is the semi-final of the Confederation Cup. It is huge. All the teams that are there, Algiers, Zamalek, RS Berkane, they've got massive experience at this level. They'll all be going for it. But so will Dreams. Because whatever they've been doing from the start of the competition has worked for them. Yeah. Like I said here the last time, they've not got here by any luck or whatsoever. There's a clear method and process to what they do. What we've seen of them is that they don't give up easily because throughout this campaign, they've had to come back from behind to salvage some points and go on to win some games. Yeah. And even in the quarterfinal tie, away from home, they came back from behind to win the game. Yeah. Then they drew the game at home by coming from behind as well. Yeah. So they've got some character about them. They don't easily collapse. They don't easily give up. We've said this already. They've got a very experienced technical handling behind them. But the boys themselves deserve some credit because it doesn't matter how well you are prepared technically or the coach has prepared you. When you get onto the pitch, the players also have taken on the responsibility to shine. Yeah. So be careful, Zamalek, because these boys have got some wild dreams coming into the semis. So it promises to be exciting.
I love that play on words, that pun, huh? Be careful, Zamalek. These guys have got wild dreams, and they have every right to keep dreaming.
Look, it's as Sicho said. I don't think it's just us. I think that the general football public in Ghana hasn't quite understood what is happening here. A team that returned to the Premier League in 2018 have just a couple of years later won the FA Cup. They've gone to the CAF Interclub competition, and they're in the semi-finals. Now, just for people to understand, the last time this thing happened was Hearts and Kotoko at this stage.
Yeah, that's Hearts and Kotoko.
Ended up in the final against Kotoko. Hearts beat Kotoko on penalties. It hasn't happened.
So it's worth pointing out, though, just before you continue that, in that inaugural year of the competition, 2004, there were no semi-finals. Yeah. So the group winners went straight into the final. Yeah. So
it's a bigger competition.
Exactly. It's much bigger. It's much more difficult now.
Yeah. Exactly. There are more teams. There are more hurdles for you to overcome. So what Dreams have done is, for me, it's shocking. It's I personally, I still can't quite put words to it. But
it's like it's flying under the radar. Like people it's like, is this real? Is this not real?
And the funny thing is, you see, when you look at it from the CAF angle, so you go on the CAF website, you look at what CAF is doing, their publications and things. They themselves don't really understand what is going on. Like when you read it, you can tell the person who was writing it was in shock. Like you can clearly tell. But what I want to say is, look, it's mainly concerning the head coach, and this is something that really bugs me, especially in modern day football. Okay. The preference for aesthetics ahead of efficiency. Yeah. Karim Zito may not give you the best of football for a neutral to sit and watch and enjoy, but he gets the job done.
Yep.
And the body of work that he has, look, he won the Division 1 league.
Yeah.
His zone, came to the Premier League. 2 years later, he won the Under-20
Yes.
AFCON.
Wafu AFCON.
Even that, he was being given a lot of criticism for. I don't understand how a head coach...
We said the football wasn't nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I belong to that group, obviously, because,
we can question
because my belief at the point,
but...
at that time, my conviction was that at youth level, we have to stress style over just winning. But it's also important to win. And he delivered the trophy, so fair enough.
Especially when at the point in time, and that was my argument, the country didn't have any laid out style for you to play.
Exactly.
So you demanding for style, it's basically what you've seen somewhere and you want the head coach. He's not going to give you what you've seen somewhere. He's going to give you what he knows how to do. And at the end of the day, you want results. And he won. He finished, he won the FA Cup. In fact, if you look at their trajectory in the FA Cup, the quarter, the semi, the finals, ended up winning it. He goes on to...
And now he's still in the quarters.
Still in the quarters again, and a game that we all know they will win. Basically, they are 1 foot in the semi-final. He's in the semi-final of a CAF Confederation Cup. And because Dreams are not the most exciting team, people are not really giving him his flowers. Look, he's a top-class coach. I think he sits on the table with the big boys when it comes to coaching in this country, because what he's doing is insane. Look, I can dare say that I will compare what he's doing with what said Jones Atuquefi did with that Hearts of Oak squad. That Hearts of Oak squad, at the time, the Ghana Premier League was one of the best of the continent, and there was no reason why our big teams couldn't go and compete. This Ghana Premier League that we are sitting, it's like a team, and I saw your tweet, it's like a team in the Slovakian league. Not winning the Slovakian league, winning the Slovakian Cup, not even finishing in the top 4, going all the way and reaching the Europa League semi-final. This is what we are seeing. It's not normal. Like, you don't just do this and it goes under the radar. What Karim Zito is doing, look, for me, a lot of people need to look at the efficiency, what he does with what he has. And for me, it's a complete miracle. He's a big boss.
Yeah, when it comes to cup games, I mean, he's demonstrated that he knows how to go about it. It's just brilliant.
You know, the interesting thing about what Dreams have done is also that by making the semi-final, Dreams FC's performance has single-handedly moved Ghana up to position number 14 in the CAF coefficient ranking. And if Mediama had just gotten out of the group and contributed a few points to what Dreams have amassed, you could be looking at Ghana possibly having an extension to the number of slots that we will get for clubs competing in Africa. But it's also worth pointing out to you that Dreams FC, by virtue of making the semi-final, are now guaranteed $750,000 as payout. Okay, $750,000 as payout. If they make the final, they would get an extra 250 to bring their total earnings to 1 million if they make the final. That is irrespective of whether they win or not. They will get 1 million if they make the final. But by reaching the semi-final, the minimum they will get is 750,000. Now, if they were to make the final and win the competition, that is $2 million they will go away with. So even already, right now, as we speak, Dreams are guaranteed $750,000 for all of their work from the group stages, from the qualifiers group stages up to this point of the competition. Some people get the prize money calculation confused. It doesn't mean because a semi-final is 750 and quarter-final is 450. If you make the semi-final, you add 750. No, it's cumulative, okay? So it was 450 if they got eliminated in the quarter-final. But because they made the semi-final, that money will now go up to 750. It is not 450 plus 750, no. So that's what it is. So 750 is the minimum they will go home with. Of course, there will be some deductions. Nonetheless, the reason I mentioned the figure is that is a huge amount of money that could go. I don't even think Dreams FC have ever sold a player for that much.
Yeah, I don't
directly from the club.
Yeah, I don't think so, but there's also some context to it. If you know the amount of money they've spent to reach here.
That's the point, though. In the end, though, it would end up being a profitable venture. Because certainly Dreams have not spent, Dreams have not spent $750,000 in this Africa campain. But that's what they get.
I'll be surprised if they have spent that much. But for a team that has reached the semi-final, if you ask them to tell you, they have to spend all the... And when you look at the country they've had to travel to, They've not been to the north yet.
A lot. They've gone to Angola. They've gone to Nigeria. Then they've gone to Mali.
So they've been helped by some of the draws and
they did one North African trip.
Oh, you are talking about.
Yeah. But it's not only traveling.
Flight ticket prices.
Yes.
Yeah. No, they have spent money.
Yeah,
I'm just wondering if they spend more than 750.
So for a Ghanaian club, when you play in Africa, you are spending more than another club from another country, maybe from the north, because our currency to the dollar is at the moment terrible. But other countries have more stable currency, so there's all of that.
Nonetheless, there is a worrying problem that has to be addressed. Now, as a country, it is our responsibility to help the people who are doing well. What's the chief proverb? The one that is climbing a tree is the one that you help. Okay. The problem with us is that we have not necessarily helped Dreams FC. Dreams FC have been playing in the at the Baba Yara Stadium because they don't have a facility that is certified. Dawu certainly is not. Accra Sports Stadium, which is closer to where they are based, is not. Baba Yara Sports Stadium is being used because CAF reached a compromise. However, the problem is when you reach the semi-finals of any CAF competition, you suddenly are playing Category 3 matches where the demands and the requirements for the venue increase. And as we speak, when you look at the requirements for Category 3 matches, Baba Yara Sports Stadium does not meet any of the standards. Well, it meets a couple of them, but it doesn't meet up to 50% of the standards. And so what it means is that if we don't fix that, by the 28th of April, Dreams FC will be forced to go and play the game away from this country. That would end up increasing their costs like we're talking about. They might have to go to Benin or maybe go to Nigeria. That is how bad the situation is, that in this country, we do not have a single facility that is fully certified enough to reach or to be able to host CAF Category 3 matches. That is how bad the situation is. And we just hosted an African Games, and we've not used that opportunity to elevate our sporting facilities to a standard that is even required at CAF level. So this is a big problem. Now, the NSA boss was sacked. A new one came in that the problems persist. The sports minister is there. He just delivered African Games. What is he doing to help Dreams FC? Do we have to watch and let them go to another country? Because there's an opportunity now to see Zamalek play in this country, but we might miss out on that if we don't fix the stadium. What has to be fixed? Listen to this, my brothers and sisters. The Baba Yara Sports Stadium does not have a functioning scoreboard. That is a requirement. Can you imagine? It's a requirement.
That can be easily fixed.
It's a requirement. They have to fix it. The pitch is not up to standard. All the matches they played, they were compromising. They said, once you reach the semi-final, no more compromises. Now, there's also the issue of the media center. Baba Yara Sports Stadium has no media center. It has a media tribune where the media sit to work. It has a press conference room. Have you ever seen a media center?
No.
It has no mix zone. It has a mix zone, which is a box, but the mix zone has to be redone because it doesn't meet the standard. The mix zone has to be done like a walkway with branding all behind so the players can walk past. So when you stop a player and you do an interview, CAF's branding and everything will be in the background. The Baba Yara Sports Stadium mix zone is nothing like that. That has to be done. There are too many non-functioning plugs in the stadium.
No, we can do it tomorrow.
Every single one has to be functioning. And it tells you the seriousness of the situation, that even plugs, we don't have adequate plugs at the stadium.
Okay, you finish.
The floodlights at the stadium are not up to standard. Visibility is a problem. Now remember, CAF, when the competition reaches the semi-final stage, CAF will not be playing the games at 3 p.m. Because the television broadcast companies are determining to them when the game should be played. In fact, last night, when Dreams finished their game, there were still some matches going on up to 10 p.m.
That's right.
So they need to fix the floodlights. You need to get internet coverage for the whole stadium. Now, this matter. Even the media center alone, to get internet there when there's a crowd is a big problem. How much more internet in the whole stadium? And all of us have traveled. You've been to the World Cup. You went to Morocco recently. I've been to many international competitions. Every fan has internet. It doesn't matter where they sit in the stadium. Now, you can carry your own internet to the stadium.
It will work.
And it will not work.
Your own internet.
Your own bundle. Internet.
Your own bundle will work.
No, but the things you are mentioning, aren't they the same things that CAF asked Ghana to fix before the sanction
the Nigeria game.
For the Nigeria game.
And we didn't do.
Ago.
We didn't do.
But they
even asked them to add additional toilets in the dressing room and additional showers in the dressing room.
But why are we like that?
But friends, in the end, some way, somehow, we still play the game.
We went to beg.
So we go beg.
No. This one, the CAF will not agree.
Boga, CAF wasn't going to agree then. They did.
No. You see, the thing is that they said we like begging too much.
We are Ghana.
No, because we always beg.
We're not serious.
No, but on a serious note, I'm wondering if.
No, these are some of the stuff.
Yeah.
Not
I'm wondering if the newly revamped University of Ghana Stadium meets these
the pitch
requirements.
rules it out. Have you seen the pitch?
Now, I wonder if they can work on it.
They can't work on it.
We still got time.
They can't work on
I don't know, but I'll be stunned if the stadium that we just finished hosting.
You saw it. Not just finished hosting. The first match they played there. Didn't you see the pitch?
I'm saying that I'll be stunned.
They went to bed.
But that one, I can understand because they had covered the grass for 2 weeks to prepare for the opening ceremony, which I didn't understand why they had to do that. So the grass was going to suffer. Now that thing has been off for an extra 2-3 weeks. If work can be done on the pitch, and we can get our media center set up.
We don't have a correct media center. We don't have mix zone there.
Oh no, we can create a mix zone easily.
Mix zone there.
They made a makeshift mix zone. CAF will not allow that one.
At the UG.
African games, you don't have a choice.
Now, if they call me,
so then when they give them
some, I'll show them where to put the mix zone. Quick, easily.
So you're saying that they should consider Legon.
I'm wondering,
or they should present Legon. Let them come and check.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
And if
CAF will send an inspector.
If CAF says Legon doesn't meet the standard, then that is.
Then we are going to Cotonou.
Then that is very disappointing because that is a stadium that just. We had an opportunity
$34 million and it doesn't meet CAF standard. What have you done? He's making an important point.
So that
if we submit Legon to CAF, and CAF comes and tells us that Legon doesn't qualify, and the people have told us that they spent $4 million on a stadium that doesn't qualify to host a CAF competition. Big indictment.
Which standards were using to do
athletics? They didn't do it for ball.
We played football there.
No, but if they did it for ball, have you seen the grass? They did it for athletics.
Okay. So, look, we have said our own. Okay.
Wait. You said the Dreams SC will receive how much? 750,000.
For reaching the semis.
And we know CAF, they don't delay with their payments.
Oh, yeah. After the competition, they'll get them.
But you know the people who delay with their payments?
Ministry of Youth and Sport.
They've still not paid the girls.
Are you serious?
I'm telling you. In fact, the more serious thing is that this weekend, my heart was broken. Some of the girls in the team, who, as we know, they were fasting during the competition.
Yes.
They were hoping
a lot of them.
Yeah, they were hoping to receive the money before Eid.
Eid is Thursday.
They don't have money. They are broke. They are broke. In fact, my sources.
Not one.
No.
It means multiple sources.
Listen to this. Imagine me hearing this thing over this weekend. That some of them were happy that they were fasting during the period after. Because food.
Yes.
Wow. So the fasting becomes an excuse for not eating, yeah?
Why are we doing this?
That's wickedness.
Charlie.
It's wickedness.
They're still not paid.
You see, and listen, guys, there are some things that are too basic. And this is the problem with this country. All of you, just listen to me, okay? You remember when the volunteers demonstrated after the competition ended and said they should give them money? Then the people said that volunteering, they said they should define volunteering because they were miscommunicated to and misinformed. Now, the volunteer work, it is free. The people said, that's not what you told us. Even though we signed paper that said it was free. You came to have a physical meeting with us afterward where you told us that we'll be handsomely rewarded. Now, after the game, you said we should go home, and the people demonstrated, and you said, come and collect 200 Ghana. And the people said, 200 Ghana, where someone from Tumu, here to Tumu, the lorry fare cries more than 200 Ghana cedis. Then you say, they were misinformed, they were misinformed. But the people agitated and said, no, you promised that you must pay. The people said, they don't have money here. Then they made noise. When they made noise, then the ministry went to meet the LOC, and then they now decided that the noise, and you are making noise, so therefore we'll give you 1,000 Ghana cedis. per volunteer to go home. Whereas, for example, if they were just proactive enough and had just stood by the words they told the people, right, and said, we're going to reward you handsomely. If back then they had just decided that, let's go through with our words, what we told them. We said we'll reward them.
No
everybody 1,000 Ghana cedis.
No need for the whole...
Would we have had a need for the whole demonstration, the whole agitation? No. So you see, the people know what to do, but they want the people to agitate first. And that's why if the black queens or the black princesses go and start staging demonstration, nobody's to come out and say they are making noise. Because our people, our leaders have shown time and time and time again that they will not deliver on their mandate if you don't apply pressure. And it's a really bad system that we practice in this country. Why must people always have to make noise before the right thing is done? You know you can pay you have money to pay the people at least 1,000 cedis for every volunteer. You told them that they were misinformed. You don't have money for them. The moment they did demonstration, suddenly you have money for them.
Suddenly.
How
many volunteers? Like how many? Like
they were like 2,000.
2,000. If my calculation, I did 500. That's 500,000. If you divide 500,000 by 23 black princesses players, each of them is collecting 21,000 cedis. That's how much they are. If you do calculation, that's
it is not anything.
But you can get up and pay volunteers. But you can't get up and pay the main protagonists, the people who want you. Charlie, these things.
Let's move on. Congratulations to Dreams FC. Well done. Okay, listen.
And congrats to CAF for paying on time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, and for those who don't pay on time.
Those who don't pay on time, they
thunder fire you.
Oh, but need to their time will come.
Oh my God! Look. I really find this hard to understand, but I don't get it. Like, why must the people fight for what they deserve? You know you owe them. You can pay them. You even have the money. Even the black queens. You know that if we didn't make noise like that, they would not have paid them.
Oh yeah.
Why?
Ahead of the Zambia game.
Yes. Come to do us azan, heavy azan, and they will pay the black princesses before the Africa Games. Wild azan on camera.
As for this thing, look, I will never understand it. Like, I will never get it. If the thing is not there, it's not there. But when the people make noise and you suddenly have the thing, it means you were trying to be...
Yes!
Then you were trying to be fishy.
Yes!
Because it means the money is there. You just don't want to pay the people.
Like that guy who, he saw somebody's phone somewhere. He went to take the thing. Then when they were looking for, he said, "Oh, are you looking for a missing phone? Oh, it's here. Oh. It's here."
So if you hadn't asked the phone, yes.
I could go for you because the point is, had they not agitated, protested, they'll leave the camps, they'll go home. That money that they've used to pay them now stays. And that's the more disappointing thing, but yeah. All
right, let's move on. Let's do Ghana Premier League, okay? This weekend, Kotoko and Hearts of Oak were involved. Hearts of Oak, well, they lost their second game in a row. Yet again, I'm not sure what's going on. After a really great start from Ouattara, things are not going well. They lost to Gold Stars. Take a look.
Centered into the 18-yard box. And again, it was Atinga who got to the ball early. Hamza with the idea was good. Murphy rose to the occasion. Ball controlled by Hamza. Yaya Draman. Effects a throw-in. Once the return, he gets it. He swings it in. Goalkeeper gathers nicely. Oh, I've made a mistake! And it has resulted in a goal for Bibiani Gold Stars! What a mistake from goalkeeper Shuaib. Hit the ball against the player. Oh, so unfortunate. He was in a haste to get the ball to the men up front. Mauliwayo said, "Thank you very much." And Bibiani Gold Stars are 1 goal ahead.
That is one of the worst goals to concede. It was a terrible goal conceded by Hearts of Oak. In the end, that was the difference, the only goal of the game that really decided it. What about Kotoko? They went to Bechem and that game ended in a draw It was a 0-0 draw, so there are no goals to show you really. But let me show you the full results from match week 24 of the Ghana Premier League, and the unlikely leaders at the top of the table. It's unbelievable what's happening there. Great Olympics, they lost to Nations FC, but United nil, Kotoko nil, as I told you. Accra Lions beat Bofo Kwatano by 1-0. Karela United also accounted for Heart of Lions 1-0. Aduana Stars, big winners this weekend. 3-1 win over RTU. RTU are battling relegation. So Atreman and Brecum Chelsea ended in a stalemate. Samatex, top of the table, 1-0 win over Mediama. That's a huge one. More or less like a Western regional derby, that game. Hearts of Oak losing surprisingly at home to Bibiani Gold Star. This is what the league table looks like. Very unlikely leaders at the top. Samatex, like I said, 45 points, 43 Nations FC, 2 points behind. Aduana Stars, 39 points, battling. Now exactly 10 matches to the end of the season. Samatex are doing something wonderful. Can they stay top of the table for as long as they can and see what happens in the end? What is looking like, though, guys, is that Kotoko or Hearts of Oak, neither of them is going to win the league. Certainly, Mediama don't look like they are competitive. It just looks like the Africa campaign is taking a big shine away. It seems they've just lost a bit of interest in the league. Yeah. Certainly, it looks like, again, if there's any serious pedigree club in there that we have to look out for, it will be Aduana Stars, because the top two have never been in this situation before.
Yep. And I think it's a really lovely story. Nations FC Samatex, who thought that at this stage in the season, these two will be fighting for the title. And it's, in as much as it's quite disappointing from a traditional club point of view, it also shows that the gap between the big clubs and the rest is closing, is really closing. And you have to be on top of your game if you want to win the Ghana Premier League. My only hope is that these two, and obviously you can see Aduana in there, can at least give us a grandstand finish so that it will be interesting enough. We don't, last season, the way it was won, the season before, the way Kotoko won, a bit too easy. I think I want a much more tighter title race. And some of the guys who fell alongside in Swatchman like this at a point were going really strong.
They were top, actually.
Yeah, unfortunately, they just couldn't back it up. But Samatex and Nations have done really well, especially Nations FC. They've literally crept into this title race. They were in thereabout, but in terms of position, they were not too close. Points gap, yes. They've maintained some consistency and now just 2 points away from the top.
Nations FC.
Yeah, they've gone on the reason they are there is that they've gone on a 4-game winning streak. That's 12 points they have amassed in the last 4 games. Yeah.
If you take out the name Nations FC and replace with Bechem United, who in the last 2-3 seasons have been in and around first, second, third, simply because of one man, is that coach, Mengo Kasim.
Yeah.
Very experienced man.
Incredible
from
coach.
Bechem United.
Great tactician, brilliant at the job he does. And I was happy when Nations got him, and I was thinking, Nations just got promotion. What kind of job is he going to do with the team? And he's doing exactly what he did with Bechem United.
Yep.
Because he kept Bechem United very competitive. Very competitive. Got them into the FA Cup final. Unfortunately, he lost it. But that is what he is. He's very underrated. But guys, keep an eye on him. He's a very talented coach. And I'm not surprised his team Nations are doing this. But what a story will be for them. Yeah. Straight from relegation, straight from the lower division into the Premier League, and then going on to win it.
That would be the story of
Aduana Stars being written all over again. I'm not sure Kotoko fans will enjoy that, because we know the background to Nations. And I love these things in football. Yeah. It's fascinating. It makes up it's the storylines that creates the fascinating issues about it. We know how even in the English Premier League, Brentford and Brighton have got issues because the two owners used to work and blah, blah, blah. So it's fascinating to see the Nations FC are doing well. Kotoko fans will love it, but they wouldn't care. They would want to win it. Yeah. All the best to them.
For Samatex, I think what's really pushing them, the Samatex have one of the best home crowds in the Ghana Premier League.
Bro, before you go catch the Sabra ball,
that's the point. It's also really far. So it makes going there very complicated, very difficult. And when you come there, the football itself is good to see. It's really good to see. So for all the fans of Samatex, this is a really lovely time. I have a pending invitation from Edmond Aka to come there. If you win the league, I guarantee you I'm coming to Samurai Boy to celebrate.
Yeah.
You
The
know,
day they're going to lift the trophy.
You won't go there and go and support. You go and celebrate.
I'm supporting from here, okay? But maybe with one
the day they will lift the trophy, you
yes,
go there.
I'll be there.
You are, no.
I'll be there to join the celebration.
After they win, there you go in.
No, not after. Please, the day they win, I'll be in Samurai Boy. So all the people in Samurai Boy watching us right now, prepare for me. I'll bring the whole crew.
Hey.
Come and kill the solo kuso. That's right. Anyway, so you keep your messages coming. I'll read them. But time now to go to Karim for the lowdown on Ghanaian players abroad. Mr. Karim, all correct. Why are you clapping for him?
Because last week when Aisha texted, Karim followed up.
Karim followed up with what?
So Karim is in the process of having a girlfriend.
Hey, Adike, is talking about going to Samurai Boy when they win the title. This season, have you seen anything good come out of Chelsea? He might just go there and spoil the party for them.
So you should stay here in Accra.
Yes.
All right. Karim, thank you for Ghanaian players abroad. We can move on now. You've come there to come and hear me.
Even their lone players, they are causing all sorts of problems.
Karim.
I did a Ghanaian players abroad.
Okay, please go ahead with your segment.
You see, they've loaned some player to UPIN in the Belgium League.
Yeah.
He's gone there. Where Manaf was playing very well. He's gone there now. They see, Chelsea player. They were playing, now they are fighting relegation.
And that is
relegation fight start now. They've gone back to Manaf.
I see.
Manaf has not played a game in 8 months. The relegation fight started. They played him yesterday in their game against Cartridge, and they drew 1-1. As I've mentioned, that is the first game he's playing in 8 months.
Wow. In 8 months?
Yes. The last game he played for them was in August against Genk.
I see.
And yesterday, in that game...
You have a lot of very new names. Take me through, especially in defense.
Yes, I'm here for that. Starting from the right back, Jonas Ajeti. He played for Brecum, Chelsea, and Great Olympics. Their youth side, not the senior side, went to Basel in 2022, was with their youth side, and this season he's getting some minutes with the senior team, and they are also fighting relegation in Switzerland. And he's played for them over the weekend and won 5 over 5 of the tackles. He attempted as a central defender, but he's very versatile enough to play as a left back. Then Terry Yegbe, he was with the...
Terry Yegbe, very much vilified in the U23 AFCON.
Yeah. He was with them in Morocco, Algeria, and they didn't do anything, but he is rebounding very well. Plays for Elfsborg, that is Sweden, and they won 1-0 against Västerås, and in that game he won 12 duels and also won the back possession 12 times. Then Maxwell Origi, that's his patience is paying off for him. He decided to go to Norway and play for Fredrikstad, and they were in the second tier last season, but this season they've given promotion to the senior side, and this is their second game of the season against Brann, and they won 2-0 in that game. He won 4 over 4 of the tackles he attempted, and also as a centre-back, he completed 4 dribbles. That is the most in the game. Then Barbara Rahman scored a lovely goal for PAOK, and to
How many goals does he have this season now? 5?
5.
5?
5 goals and 2 assists.
Wow.
Then out of 23 games, I think, yes. And he started a comeback for them against AEK Athens. They were losing 2-0, and they came back to draw 2-2. And now they are leading the title charge in Sweden. Then Edmonado, he played for Ranik, and that is in the Serbian League. They won 2-1 against Vozdovac. And in that game, he played as a DM for them, gone about his duties really nicely. And then Michael Beidou, he plays with Terry Yegbe for Elfsborg, and in that game created...
Michael Beidou, formerly of Liberty, I believe.
I think Vision FC.
Vision.
Created the most chances in the game. That is Elfsborg winning 1-0 against Västerås. And in that game, we had another Ghanian. They played the number 9 for Elfsborg. That is Abdullahi Jalal. And then Forsen Amankwa played for Salzburg. They drew 1-1 against, that is Rapid Vienna. And in that game, created the most chances, completed the most dribbles. Then this guy, Ibrahim Mohamed Hussein, he's on a streak now. In the last 2 games, he scored 5 goals. Yesterday, he scored 2 goals after last week's hat-trick. And now in 2 games, 5 goals. It plays for Randers, that is in Denmark, and they won 3-1 against Vidova. Then Kalibe Kuban scored his 3rd goal of the season for Genoa, and they won 2-1 at Hellas Verona, and he has 1 assist as well. Then Ibrahim Osman, after that Black Stars call-up, in the last 4 games, he scored 3 goals and assisted once, and they won 2-1 against Copenhagen. If you are looking at that particular right side of the attack, there was a lot of competition there. Abdul Fattah Issahaku did really well for Leicester. They won really late against Norwich. I think Norwich. And
obviously, Inaki Williams won a trophy. You know, so that alone is enough credit to have put him into the team.
Enough credit to any place here.
Yeah, yes, that is his first ever trophy. So, you know, that it means a lot. The Copa del Rey means a lot for him and his family. But thank you, Karim. That was lovely. I like seeing new names. And that's the whole essence of the Ghanaian players abroad. We're not just focusing on the ones that you know, but also the ones that are doing well that may not be in the Black Stars, but are also Ghanaians putting on decent shifts week in, week out in other leagues abroad. You've got that. So really good to see Michael Beidou, Terry Yegbe, 2 players from Vision who have gone on and are doing really well now.
In the same club, actually. They play in the same club in Sweden.
As well.
I wonder if it's their Nordjylland in Sweden. I don't know if it's like the way out TD have got Nordjylland.
But I know that Osekre.
I wonder if Osekre owns that club.
He's about to cash out.
He's cashed out already, Boga. The guy cares.
But they are playing.
Anyway, all right. That is what it is. 2 points dropped for Liverpool. And now, the Premier League table looks something like this. Benaya, where is it? It looks something like this. From now on, we shall be dealing with only serious clubs. The title charge is what is essential. What is happening with Chelsea? We don't care. We don't care. This is what it looks like. After 31 matches, 71 points for Arsenal, 71 for Liverpool, 70 for Man City. Brothers and sisters, this is tantalizingly poised. 7 games to go. Nothing to separate these teams.
It's and even more importantly, after 4 years, Chelsea is not 10th. So I'm really...
Chelsea is not in the conversation. The conversation is the top 3 serious football clubs in the Premier League, as you can see.
Okay. I'm not surprised. And this is how it's going to stay.
How much... You see, Danike, I was going to ask him, how much more changes will we see after each match week regarding the table? He just says this is how it's going to stay. You know for sure it's not going to stay like this.
In terms of the top 3 positions?
No, not the top 3. I thought you meant in that order.
In that, I'm talking...
In that order, it will change every week.
The top 3?
Not the top 3. In the order of the top 3, you know what I'm talking about.
How we are seeing it now is how after match day 38 it will be. The only thing that will change is the points tally. But the positions 1, 2, 3 will remain like this.
Karim, the receipt, we'll cut it there and we'll put it there. We'll put that portion.
You still don't believe, eh?
I don't believe.
You still don't believe?
Yes, you look like a fake prophet. But Sicho, on a more serious note, I think, to be fair, not a lot of people expected United to get something out of this game. They've managed to pick 2 points from Liverpool. A lot of people expected that. Maybe some people thought it would be tricky, but people actually expected Liverpool to win.
Yeah, because...
And they maybe did enough to win.
Yeah, maybe because, again, people didn't also expect Liverpool to be as wasteful as they were. In the FA Cup tie, it was just the same, very much the same. The game traveled to extra time where Liverpool could have killed the game before 90 minutes. They blew chances. And in this game, Szoboszlai got a couple of them. But not with a brilliant save. Very big left hand to save the first one. The second one, I thought, should have hit the target into the corner he scores. Mo Salah was a culprit. Then there was Darwin Núñez as well, missing chance. In the final third, Liverpool were poor. And they could have killed that game early on in the first half when they got control of the game. But the moment Liverpool made their own mistake through the brilliant young Kwanzaa, and I feel terribly sorry for him because he's brilliant. The moment he made that mistake and Fernandes got United something, the mood at Old Trafford changed. And from that point, Liverpool had no control of the game again. It was almost as if United could fashion out a counter-attack. Liverpool would try and create a chance and miss. They were not controlling the game as they were after the very first 5 minutes where United showed that they could counter them. And that is football. It's just those moments that can switch momentum that can cost you.
What does that tell you about potentially Liverpool's title charge? It shows you some aspects of their game that could prove problematic.
I won't be too quick to go into it. Liverpool and Man United games are very different.
Okay.
Yeah, what happened to Liverpool at Old Trafford, it won't happen to them in many, many other grounds. It's just that fixture.
Cool. Klopp said that if United play the same way against Arsenal, they lose the game.
Yes.
Why is he so much concerned about that?
United were not great on the day.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But why didn't they lose then?
No. Because Liverpool were not clinical.
So in other words, he was trying to say that
Arsenal are going to finish off those chances if United give them those spaces and those chances.
So United and Arsenal is not tricky.
I think it's tricky. I'm saying if United play the way they played against Liverpool and against Arsenal, and Arsenal will create the chances that Liverpool had, I think Arsenal are walking away from Old Trafford with a victory. And Klopp says it. Unless Arsenal go to Old Trafford and also decide not to take the chances that they created. But it's credit to Man United because they've not been great this season. They went to Stamford Bridge, they lost in the manner in which they lost. So to show some character, to come into the game against Liverpool, to go down by a goal, to equalize and to get a goal, to almost to win it, it's a show of a certain level of character. But that is not necessarily United playing in any style or whatsoever. It is that these United players thrive when there's chaos. So you saw them score 3 times against Chelsea. It was a very chaotic game. And most of the games that it's had to be chaotic, some way, somehow, these boys are able to find their way. But for Liverpool, that will be disappointing for them. If you want to win the league, these are games you find a way of winning. But when you look at the point tally, all hopes are still not lost. I still maintain that Arsenal are going to drop more points going into the final fixtures than Liverpool and Man City. So I still think it's between, without greater respect to Arsenal, it's still between Liverpool and Man City. More so because throughout this season, I'm not sure Arsenal have ever been at the top of the Premier League. I think this is the first time that Arsenal have had a clear weekend sitting at the top of the Premier League this season.
I think they might have been on top one weekend.
Okay, then, so it's not been for long.
Yeah.
No. They've throughout this season been the chasing team. And when you are chasing a team, the pressure can be different. The approach, the mentality to everything can be different. Now that Liverpool and City are breathing down the necks of this brilliant Arsenal team, I want to see how Arsenal take on that pressure and how they react. They've shown that they are the most balanced. To be fair, Arsenal are a better outfit than Man City in terms of the way they play.
Arsenal are great this
They are
season.
better than Liverpool in terms of the way they play. The only reason why I have a little bit of doubt is if, character-wise, they are better than these two teams. And only time will tell.
So
I think, you see, what we are forgetting, and in as much, you see, what you said is true. It's true, but I don't think it applies to this season. Because that aspect of mental fortitude is what we've seen Arsenal rise up to show us that they have it this season. They were 8 points behind Liverpool at the end of December. Going into January, in fact, at the beginning of January, remember the shock defeat against West Ham United? Yeah. Then there was a draw in there somewhere close to the end of January, Christmas time, where they went 8 points behind Liverpool. And most people called it done and dusted. It was over. If you've seen Arsenal's record in 2024,
oh, it's ridiculous.
You can't tell me this is not a serious title.
No, they are serious, but that is a chasing Arsenal team that we're chasing.
And you see, I'm looking at what is happening, not what usually happens. What is happening is that Arsenal are the ones who are showing the consistency.
They've only dropped points against Man City.
Whereas
in 2024.
What usually happens with Man City and Liverpool winning the games around this point in time, at least the last 10, they usually turn up. Man City have Arsenal, a direct title challenger at home. They fail to win. They have Chelsea. They fail to win. Liverpool goes to Man United. They completely dominate the game. They fail to win. They are facing Man City at home. They completely dominate a second half. They fail to win. The only team that is actually getting the job done among these three is Arsenal. Yeah. So for me, I'm not going to go with what usually happens, especially when this Arsenal team is showing me that this time around, they are not going to be pushovers. And I'm saying, look, you look at the game against Brighton. That's a game most Liverpool and Man City fans put down as a game Arsenal. Look at the job that they did. And they are showing a certain level of maturity. I'm saying that Unless some miracle, and that it's not even a miracle. In fact, what I said on Friday, let me repeat it again.
Go ahead.
By the time Arsenal is coming to Old Trafford, the league is done. Before it won.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So Prophet Daniel has spoken. I don't know about you. I've got plenty of your messages here. I will read them. But Benai, let's show them the rest of the results from the Premier League this weekend, match week 31. Chelsea gave away the lead twice to draw 2-2 with Sheffield United. Yet again, it's such a poor team. Tottenham Hotspur, they won 3-1. Good for them in the chase for Champions League football because, importantly, Aston Villa dropped 2 vital points at home when they drew 3-0 against Brentford. In fact, they were losing that game. They had to dig deep. Everton won 1-0. They've been deducted another 2 points. Everton Football Club. So it's not looking good for them as far as that's concerned, by the way. So these are the results from match week 31 of the Premier League. West Ham got a very important 2-1 win away from home against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Now, we will take a short break. When we come back, I've got plenty of your messages. Plus, we've got highlights from the Bundesliga. We'll tell you how Bayern Munich collapsed and how Leverkusen are now just 1 win away from winning the Bundesliga. Plus, Inaki Williams and Nico Williams win the Copa del Rey title in Spain. We'll show you exactly how they did it as well. And there is some F1 in there. More importantly, I've got all of your messages and I have time to go through all of them. We'll be right back. In the Bundesliga, that's the table now. 76 points, 16 points above Bayern Munich. And now, with one more win, Leverkusen are champions of Germany. They won it, how many years in a row? 10 years in a row.
10 in a row.
Finally, it's all over. And just when everybody thought Harry Kane was going to Germany to win the Bundesliga title, he's gone there, he's lost the cup, he's lost the Super Cup, and he's losing the Bundesliga. And now all hinges on the Champions League. And that game against Arsenal tomorrow certainly isn't going to be easy. I don't even want to say they have bottled it. Surely, full marks to Leverkusen. Still unbeaten, 41 games in all competitions this season.
Massive. Massive.
That's ridiculous.
It is. It really is. And the manager alone so surprises me because if you follow some of the work that he did in the Sociedad B team, more or less, they were a very, very defensive side. Nothing attacking, nothing expansive as this. Then it comes to Leverkusen. And then people forget that when he came, they were in the relegation zone and he pushed them all the way into European places and went all the way into the European semi-final, was beaten by Jose Mourinho's AS Roma in the Europa League. The Roma went on to lose in the final. Then he's come this season, he's topped the league from the start. He's been going stronger and stronger and stronger. He's undefeated. The body of work that he's done in this space is amazing. It's really amazing. They play some of the best football in Europe. What he's done with Ronaldo, what he's done with Xhaka, who's
even Xhaka.
What he's done with Florian Wirtz.
Even Jeremy Frimpong.
It's just Patrick Schick is coming and it's almost getting them all the Boniface is magnificent.
Because Boniface was scoring, Schick was being benched.
Yeah.
Boniface gets injured, Schick comes in.
And it's amazing. And the job that is that they deserved it. I mean, it's always been, never cruising, but now it's a possible cruising. So they've done it.
From never cruising to never losing.
Yeah, never losing, if you like.
Never cruising to never losing. Yeah. Let's talk about Athletic Bilbao very quickly. They won the Copa del Rey this weekend. They beat Mallorca on penalties after the game ended 1-0. Listen, let's just talk through it. Daniel, it's time for you to deliver again. Champions League quarterfinals. Let's go.
Arsenal in over 3.5.
Arsenal winning and over 3.5.
3.5.
Wow.
Man City, Real Madrid, Man City straight draw. Athletic in Dortmund. I'm looking at under 3.5. I don't think it's be a high-scoring game. And that Barcelona, Mbappe to score. That one is guaranteed.
Sicho, you have quick credentials or they're sacking me, but go. Take it.
Arsenal to win, Real Madrid to win, 1.5 Atletico Madrid, BVB, and then also 1.5 PSG Barca.
You don't think PSG will beat Barca?
1.5. I think PSG could win in the end, but...
Fair enough. Fair enough. Thank you. We have Champions League commentary on Joy FM and Hits FM on Tuesday and on Wednesday. So if you're stuck in traffic or you're home, you have Doom, so put on your radio and enjoy that. Danike and Achutamaklo will be on commentary duty. But tonight, that's our show. My name is Fentio Tahiru Fentio. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you a lot. Sports Zone is back again next Monday. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.